All things crying out for Christ. Have you ever thought about how people struggle with the idea of God's sovereignty? Like, they'll say, if evil exists, then God can't really be in charge. But here's the thing: God's not losing the game, He's controlling the end score. Evil gets its plays in, sure, but God already owns the scoreboard. That's what Joseph meant when he said, "You meant it for evil, but God meant it for good." That's what Paul meant when he said, "All things work together for good for those who love God." But here's the kicker: when the Bible says that it may be fulfilled, it's not like Jesus was just cosplaying prophecy. You know how at a party somebody says, "Well, they said you could drink, so I guess I'll down 12 jello shots?" That's ironic fulfillment. That's leaning into expectations just to make a point. But Christ, he wasn't parodying prophecy, he was embodying it. His life was the fulfillment. Take the wedding at Cana. Turning water into wine could look like a trick. Galilee edition. But Jesus, he didn't grab just any jars. He went for the purification jars, the ones tied to ritual law. He wasn't just saving a wedding party, he was declaring the old covenant was giving way to the new. He turned a catering emergency into a cosmic sermon. And yeah, miracles show up in other cultures: wine gods, dying gods, healer gods, Dionysus, Osiris, Tammuz, you name it. Humanity's been telling those stories forever. But here's the difference: Jesus didn't just echo them, he fulfilled them. He did it in history, under Roman rule, with witnesses, with a cross planted in time and space. He did it not for chaos, but for covenant, not for myth, but for reality. Everywhere you look in human culture, people were crying out for this: wine that brings true joy, death that actually gets defeated, a sacrifice that actually covers guilt, a healer who isn't channeling spirits, but who is the spirit of life, a king who doesn't grab power, but who reigns through love. Other stories were shadows. Christ is the substance. Other myths were longing. Christ is the answer. Like C.S. Lewis said, the gospel is the true myth, the myth that became fact. So when we look at all those echoes, it's not proof that Jesus was just another copy. It's proof that the world was groaning, longing, aching for him. And when he came, history, prophecy, and human desire finally clicked into place. And that's sovereignty. Evil may write verses, cultures may sing fragments, but God writes the chorus. And he owns the final refrain. Thanks for listening. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment, and don't forget to like and share.